Hi everyone, I am RV Kiran, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss the manufacturing methods of fiber reinforced composites in the subject of advanced materials. And this is my 12th lecture in the row in the advanced materials subject. In the previous lectures, we have already discussed about the different types of composites and its applications in the research and industry purpose. And now we are going to discuss about the different manufacturing methods in manufacturing the composites. So for the production of a composite, we have to use different types of operations in the machines, and we have also been used different manufacturing methods. So there are different varieties of manufacturing methods in the industries as well as in the research unit, also in the research and development unit also. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about the methods of hand layup and spray layup. So these are the two methods I am going to explain in this video lecture. So in the first slide, you can see about different manufacturing methods. First one is the hand layup, spray up, filament winding, pultrusion, resin transfer molding, and it is shortly known as RTM, autoclave, and last one are the different molding methods. So these are all the different kinds of methods we are going to use in the manufacturing of composites. So these are all the methods. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the first two methods, that is hand layup and spray up. So first method in the manufacturing of composites are hand layup. So this method is one of the best example in the open molding process. So there are two types of molding process. First one is the open molding and closed molding. So in the open molding, we can see all the interior parts of the mold, and there is only one type of mold. So there is only one mold there. But in the closed mold, you cannot see the interior parts of the mold, interior shape of the mold, you cannot see. So going to the process of the hand layup, a gel coat which is seen in the orange color, you can see it in the picture also, is applied to the open mold. So the open mold, shape of the open mold is picturized as V shape here, that is similar to U shape. So a gel coat is applied on the open mold by as a thin layer. So you can see the orange color on the open mold, and the reinforcement used in these type of molds are fiberglass reinforcements. So these fiberglass reinforcements are dry reinforcement, so it is dry in nature. So fiberglass molds are fiberglass reinforcements are dry in nature. So these fiberglass are crushed like a powder type material and used as the dry reinforcement here. So in this process, the basin resin mixed with the catalyst is applied by pouring and brushing. So first of all, we have to pour the resin on the gel coating, so which is seen in the yellow color, by a tumble means bucket. So the resin in the bucket has been poured on the open mold, which is seen in the yellowish color, and then the reinforcement, which is known as the dry reinforcement here, dry reinforcement is sprayed with the catalysts on the top of the resin layer. Then a roller is rolled on the layer of resin and dry reinforcement by manual handling only. So this method is used by the manual handling method only, not by automation or machining processes. Then this layup is made by building layer upon layer to obtain the desired thickness. So first of all we want a 5 mm thickness. We use it to pour the resin gel and dry reinforcement is added to it with catalysts, and we try to push the roller on front and back of the resins layer. So when we have obtained the 5 mm thickness, then we use it to go the stop the roller on resin surface. So this is the basic process which we are going to do in the hand layup method. So this is the basic process, and this is the sample picture of the hand layup process which is used in the open mold. So next one is the basic process. So what is the process of this hand layup? So the name itself comes from the method. So the roller is used by a manual handling setup. So this process is known as the hand layup process. So the most popular type of open molding is hand layup process. So we are all know that the difference between the open mold and closed mold. So the best example for the open mold is hand layup process. The hand layup process is a manual, slow and labor consuming method. So we are all using the manpower in this type of process. So there is no skilled labor. We are only using the basic labor, that is without the knowledge of the process a labor or manual can do the process, and the process is little bit slow compared to the other process, and it is completely done by the manual setup only. Next, the mold is coated by a release anti-adhesive agent. So what is meant by a release anti-agent adhesive? So on the top of the mold we are applying the gel coating first. So this gel coating is the anti-adhesive agent. So when we have done our work on the mold, then we are going to take the mold from the produced part. So if there is any sticked part on the mold, the complete product can be disturbed and came as a default. So and it has been damaged. So no damage has been done to the product or open mold. So when there we are using this anti-adhesive agent, preventing sticking the molded part to the mold surface. So by applying this anti-adhesive agent, the product of the molded part is not sticking to the mold surface. So therefore we can make number of parts from the mold surface. So the primary surface layer of the part is formed by the applying gel coating. So this gel coating is applied by using different catalysts, and the layer of the fine fiber reinforced tissue is applied in the resin there. So in the gel coating it is used in the fiber reinforced tissue is applied. Then layers of the liquid matrix resin and reinforced fibers in the form of a woven fabric, that is a thread type structure has been used, and this is circulated by rovings or chopped strands are applied on it. So rovings are used in these type of gel coatings, and then the resin mixture can be applied by either brush or roll. So basically we are using these rollers for the hand layup method, but brushes can also be used, but it is less used compared to the rollers. Then the part is cured at room temperature. So curing means ఆరబెట్టడం. సో తెలుగులో ఆరబెట్టడం అంటామమ్మా. సో మనకి పూర్తిగా హీట్ చేసిన తర్వాత దాన్ని మళ్ళీ ఆరబెడతాం, ఎందుకంటే ఆరిపోవటానికి పూర్తిగా కూడా సాలిడ్ అవటానికి పూర్తిగా కూడా దాన్ని క్యూరింగ్ అంటాం. సో రూమ్ టెంపరేచర్, సో దిస్ part is cured at room temperature and the part is removed from the mold surface after the part is fully cured. So after it becomes a solid, it is removed from the mold surface. So this is the basic process done in the hand layup method. Next, going to the advantages and disadvantages of the hand layup method. First of all, we go to the advantages. So it is widely used. So in the small scale industries as well as the medium scale industries, hand layup method is widely used for continuous production of a mass production. So mass production means you have already known about mass production. So a single product having thousands of replicas, that is a single type of product made in wide range. So that is a mass production. So in the mass production it has been widely used. Next one is the low tooling cost. So no extra tools have been used here, only the roller and the mold has been used in the process. So there is no amount of tooling cost here, so low tooling cost is there. And next one is the custom shape. So you have to define the your own shapes and make it on the your own shapes, that is the custom shape. Next, large and complex items can be produced. So any type of products can be produced, that is larger as well as complex. Complex means tough type of design, that is having more arcs and more stabilized complex situations, that is known as complex items. These can be also be produced in this hand layup process. So these are the advantage. Next one, we are going to discuss about the disadvantages. So first of all, it is a labor intensive. So a manual labor has to be totally control over this process. This is a labor intensive process. No extra machines or no other methods can be used in this type of process. So it is a labor intensive process. So the labor charge has to be high. Next one is the low volume process. So in this process you have to use limit number of resins, limit amount of resins and limit volume of resins. So less number of volume can be used in this process. Next one is the styrene emission. Styrene emissions means amount of gases to be released is higher than the other methods while producing a product or by curing. Last one is the quality control is entirely dependent on the skill of labor. So we have already discussed about the labor intensive. In this method, generally a skilled labor is not useful for these type of conditions. So when a normal worker is doing multiple times of process, multiple types of products in this process, in the first day you have a new challenge, on the second day you have some amount of experience there, and going to the third day you are the skilled labor in that process. So that is the experience gained in these types of process. So no skilled labors are dependent, but it is quality control is dependent on the labor only. So these are the different types of advantages and disadvantages. Next one is the products, different types of applications used in the day-to-day life. So first one is the top floor of the different types of industries. So to stop the sunlight as well as other climatic conditions, but there is some amount of light there, so you can see in the first picture. So the top of the roof is made entirely by the hand layup process on different specifications. The second one is the type of refrigerator, that is of plastic type of or fiber type. So you can use both. So there you can see the different types of cardboards there. Next, third one is the window glass. So different types of window glasses are there in the market. So by this process the window glasses are also can be produced. So the change in the reinforcement can done the type of glasses. So we are using the fiberglass. By changing the materials also we can made different types of glasses. And last, fourth one is the dome. So dome type structure which we use in the different models. So latest edition of this is the dome model, so which we you can see in the fourth picture. So the different design has been picturized in this upper part of the dome. So these are the different types of hand layup products which we are using in the day-to-day structure. Next one, the second method is the spray up method. So this spray up method is the extended part of the hand layup method. So by using extra tools and other different reinforcements, you can develop these type of methods, that is a spray up method. So first of all, a liquid resin matrix and the chopped reinforced fibers are sprayed by two separate sprays onto the mold surface. So these resin matrix and the chopped fibers are mixed in the way in the mixed chamber, which you can see in the left hand of the man seen in the picture there. Then first of all we have to chop the fibers into 1 to 2 inches length, that is 25 to 50 mm length. Then it is sprayed by air jet simultaneously at a ratio between the reinforcing and matrix phase. So we have already discussed in the previous lectures that two types of phases are existing in the different types of manufacturing methods. First one is the reinforcement phase and second one is the matrix phase. So matrix phase is the basic DNA phase, that is the basic structure of the metal or material. Next one is the reinforcement phase. So the second stage is known as the reinforcement phase. So in the reinforcement phase we have to add the minor ingredients to the major ingredient, that is the major part of the metal or material. So in the dry reinforcements we are using the chopped fibers here. Then the spray up methods permits rapid formation of uniform composite coating. However, the mechanical properties of the material are moderate since the method is unable to use continuous reinforcing fibers. So in this method we are using the continuous reinforced fibers. So then we want to get the chopped fibers in a large amount. So we have to stabilize the chopped fibers unit and then use the matrix phase unit by mixing it into the mixed chamber. Then it has been sprayed by the sprayed gun. So in the picture you can see the resins and fibers used in the spray up method. So in the first rowing, fiberglass rowings has been used. Then a resin and catalyst have been used to this. So there is a lot of discussion there. So why do we are using these catalyst in this hand layup as well as spray up method? So a catalyst is used to extensively mix the matrix phase and reinforcement phase. So if there is any gap occurring between the reinforcement phase and matrix phase, the catalyst is used to tie this mixture. So mix well this mixture. So bonding is created between these two structures. So that is why a catalyst have been used. and last one is the resin and accelerator. So an accelerator is used to send the speed. So what is the speed of loading the resin on the resin gun? So that is the resin and accelerator. So going to the process, in the right side picture you can see the open molding process which we have seen in the before process, that is hand layup also. So same process have been seen there, but this is different from those process. There you can see the roller and the manual method, but here you can see the chopper gun instead of a roller. So first of all, a gel coat is applied on the open mold. So an optional gel coat is applied, which is you can see in the red color. Then by the use of chopper gun, this air pressure resin and fiber is mixed in the resin catalyst pot and released by the chopper gun. So then a thickness of the surface have been added on the top of the surface layer of gel coat. So you can see it in the grayish color. So in the spray up process, chopped fibers and resins are sprayed simultaneously into the mold. Then a spraying gun supplying resins in two converging streams. So the two converging streams are, first one is the resin and second one is the reinforcement, that is the fiber here. A chopped fibers have been used into which roving is chopped. సో ఈ రోవింగ్స్ ఆర్ యూజ్డ్. రోవింగ్ అంటేనమ్మా తెలుగులో దారపుండ. సో మనం దారపుండలో దారాన్ని బయటికి తీసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు ఎట్లయితే విడిపోద్దో, ఇక్కడ కూడా స్ప్రేయింగ్ గన్ లోకి ఫిక్స్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు ఆ రోవింగ్ కూడా అలానే మనకి ఫిక్స్ అయి ఉంటుంది అనమాట. సో అవసరం వచ్చినప్పుడల్లా అది ఊడిపోతూ ఉంటుంది అనమాట, బయటికి వస్తుంటుంది రోవింగ్ నుంచి. సో automation with robots results in high rate of production. So this process can be used by extensively used by using two process. First one is the manual process, second one is the automated process. You can use these on the both methods. Then labor costs are also being lower, so there is no need of skilled labor here. So you need to do the operation repeatedly, so then you get knowledge on it. So no skilled labor have been used. Then applications are light loaded structural panels, that is the example of caravan bodies. So caravan trucks has been widely used by film stars now. So a separate truck with multiple number of options, that is bed as well as bathroom, so etc. So these are all single-handedly in a caravan, that is a large van, and trucks, fairings, bathtubs, small boats, etc. These are all the different types of small applications, structural applications used by using spray layup method. So in the left side of picture you can see the process. So there are three types of cylinders have been used. First one is the resin one, that is on the two cylinders you have been using this catalyzed resin, and center one is the continuous stranded rovings, so which we are using these as fibers. Next they are mixing in the spraying gun, and the chopped rovings are chopped by the cutter there, and these are all mixed with the chopper spraying gun, and then it is applied on the open molded layer as laminates. Then this contact mold is so then the gel coat is used as anti-adhesive agent. So when we are going to take the product from the open mold, so after curing, then it is used as anti-adhesive agent. So this spraying is used by the laminates there. So first of all, a gel coating you have to apply on the open mold, then the spraying is done on the surface. So these are the basic process of the spray layup process. Next, in both the cases, the deposit layers are densified with rollers. So when we are spraying or by using the hand layup also, we are using these both layers which are densified by deposit layers. So there we can use two types of resins there. First one is the catalyst and accelerators are used. So what is a catalyst? So a catalyst is a substance which is added to the gel coat or resin to initiate the curing process. So for a curing process, we have to use this catalyst that is added to the gel coat or resin. Next one is the accelerator. So these accelerator are used to a compound which is added to the speed up the action of a catalyst in a resin mix. So when we are mixing it with a resin, we have to define it in the speed on action. So this curing is done at the room temperature at a moderately high temperature in an oven. So both the cases you have been used. So by using it in a room temperature or in a high temperature, moderately high temperature oven also you can use it. So you can see the spray up process on the below picture. So in an open mold, that this is a curvy structure of an open mold. So on the top of the part you can see a chopper cutting the rovings into chopped fibers, and catalyst resin and accelerated resin have been mixed in the sprayed gun, and the rovings are also used as the dry reinforcements here. So these two conditions have been mixed in the chamber and then it is applied on the open mold. So it is applied on the open mold and creates a layer. So next one is the advantages. So first one is the tooling cost is low. So compared to hand layup method, it is little bit costly, but compared to the other manufacturing methods, the tooling cost is very low because we are using only the spraying gun and the resin rovings here, and a chopped machine have been used in. So a cutter have been used. Next, semi-skilled workers are easily trained. So no need of fully skilled workers. So when we are going to take semi-skilled workers also, they can be easily trained. Next one is the design flexibility. So design flexibility, you can design any type of design on the molding and we can obtain a product on these molds also. So that is the design flexibility process. Next one is molded in inserts and structural changes are possible. So when we have to change the structure, the structural changes are also been possible through the different types of molded inserts. Next is the sandwich constructions are possible. So sandwich constructions means a layer is attached on the other layer and there have been several layers. So several types of layers with different kinds of materials have been constructed by this method. Next, large and complex items can be produced. So these are the similar advantages compared to the hand layup method also. Any types of complex shape have been produced in this type process. Next, minimum equipment investment is necessary. So there is no need of higher equipment. A lot medium equipment have been utilized and invested in this process. Next, the startup lead time and the cost are minimal. So lead time have been very low compared to the cost also. The cost also have been reduced to this process. Only the catalyst and resin and the chopped fibers are used. No extensive material have been used in the process. So these are the basic advantages of the spray layup process. Next one is the disadvantages. So first one is the labor intensive. So we have already discussed about the labor intensive in the hand layup method also. So high number of labors have been used for different types of open molds. So this is a labor intensive process. Next, low volume process. So a low volume of liquid or resins have been used in this product. So for producing a product, we have using the low volume resins. Next one is the longer curing times. So for curing, there is some amount of time for taken for curing at room temperature. So no external curing methods have been used, only at room temperature. They are opened at room temperature only. So longer curing is difficult in this process. This is a disadvantage. Next one is the production uniformity is difficult. So when we use it to produce different a many conditions of products, so there is a mass production, all the design in the production are same, but the changes caused in the production are non-uniformity. So that is the production non-uniformity is difficult. Next, waste factories, some extra waste have been used in this process also. So waste factories also high in these methods. So these are the disadvantages of the spray layup method. And thank you.